Tuesday, May 20th meeting for the BFMR EMS District Board of Commissioners meeting to order. The roll call starting on my left.
Doug Skirdo, Town of Monroe.
Mark Kane, Town of Rome.
Dick Myers, Town of Big Flats.
The certified posting of the minutes. So I certify that on Friday, May 16th, the agenda for the BFMR EMS District Board of Commissioners meeting, including the towns of Big Flats, Monroe, and Rome, meeting for Tuesday, May 20th, was posted at the following locations: Rome Town Hall at 3:05 p.m., Quick Trip LLC at 4:01, the Coosa Port Edwards State Bank at 4:15 p.m., posted on the Town of Rome website on 5/16/2025, and emailed to the Wisconsin Rapids Tribune on 5/14/2025. And that was done by our administrative assistant, Taylor Solchinski.
We had ours posted in a sign in front of the building and also on the webpage. They've been up there for quite some time. Usually right after a meeting, I go back and take care of it.
So discussion and possible. Let's start it at this point. We do not currently have a chairman for this committee. So without it being on today's agenda, we'll need to appoint an interim chairman. Does anybody have a nomination or suggestion for interim chairman?
I'll make a nomination for you, Mark, since you're handling it right now.
I will second that.
Motion's been made and seconded for Mark Kane to be the interim chairman. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The opposed? So moved. Discussion and possible action, approval of the March 18th, 2025 EMS Board of Commissioners meeting minutes. As I read through the minutes, it looks like we need to strike item number 5 because that was copy and pasted out of a Rome Town Center Design Plan Subcommittee meeting.
Thank you.
I
was reading, I'm like,
and there were no citizen comments made that day, so if we just strike number 5 from those minutes, they'll be accurate.
so moved.
You gonna make the motion,
Make
Doug?
the motion to strike number 5.
All right. I will second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The opposed? Ayes have it. The meeting minutes will be stricken. Number 5 will be stricken and then approved and sent in with that. Number 5, discussion and possible action, review of the BFMR ambulance report and operations with each respective municipality and address any issues or questions. I read through the report. It looks like things are right on track to be close to where we were for the preceding 3 years. Anybody see anything?
Did you still send a monthly report?
Correct, yes.
And they usually just forward those also out to the towns.
Okay.
So
Is there a new person that I could send them to?
So this is our transition. I can get them because they come to the Rome Town Board and I see that packet, so I can send them out that way.
and just shoot it back to the town,
Okay.
to the town of Monroe, and then
We'll make sure when we get done tonight that I've got the correct email addresses so we can get them where they need to be. And
okay. Hopefully we do.
so reviewed, no action needed.
Nope, everything's good from on my end.
Nothing that I see.
Okay. The discussion of possible action, review the PDLZ, or the pre-designated landing zones for use within the district. So, with the cooperation of the Adams County Officers Association, which encompasses all 5 fire departments in Adams County, we went through Adams County and came up with 26 potential landing zones throughout Adams County. That can be utilized. Some of them are seasonal. That they would not be available if we had more than a couple inches of snow on the ground. They have been vetted by UW Medflight and distributed to all the helicopter providers that could possibly be coming into our area. So So particularly for the BFMR, it would be landing zone number 17 through landing zone 26. The legend on the left-hand side of that states the addresses and GPS coordinates. For those, and it would be my suggestion that we ask Lifestar to utilize that and to coordinate that when they need a landing zone, to coordinate that through Adams County Dispatch, so that everything goes just the way it needs to be at that point. The one problem that has been identified out of not using the dispatch center is that if the app is used and they're on scene, say they're at a house at 123 A Street, they push their button on their app and it locks the GPS coordinates to the helicopter company right there. So we had a call that this was a couple of years ago. The helicopter was 2 miles away from us, circling above a cul-de-sac over by Lake Arrowhead. And then calling us on the radio, "Where are you guys?" We're right where we said we were going to be, but and that way, all the agencies that need to be involved can be notified through the dispatch center.
And dispatch is aware of.
Dispatch is aware of that.
Our only note would be just to, as long as, make sure the dispatch center is on board with that.
Yeah.
They're okay with the ones making it, because in the past they've had issues doing anything new, anything beyond what they normally do.
We're well
Aware
aware
of
of
that.
that
If
one.
they're on board with that, then, that's something that we should be okay with.
Yeah. This should make it easier for them also.
That's what
It's
they have
a-
the map right there.
And
yeah.
then you'll probably see this again, Travis, coming on the south end.
That's fine.
Can
Can I get an email of that?
I'll give you the hard copy.
Okay.
And I can send it to you too, because we do have it digital.
Okay. Because then I'll get them in the rigs and, put some up at the station, just with duplicates.
And if you want, I can just print them off before we even leave them.
Okay, yeah, that'd be great.
Now, this is just covering the Lifestar area?
This is covering the Lifestars area down, so we're down right at 82.
Correct, and then I see there's nothing over on the east side of the county except
Correct,
for in the
'cause that
Lincoln
would
area.
be
Brashear County or
Brashear
Sheriff
County, right,
and
yep,
or
okay.
Marquette.
Just making sure.
Yep. So this was what was covered by the 5 fire departments
Okay.
in Adams County.
Okay.
Probably a few in the Newchester areas, and that's probably it.
Yep. Here it.
Yeah,
Want to
the
take a peek at this?
1, 2, and 3 are,
You can have that one, and then I'll shoot some copies before we get out of here.
Okay.
does Brashear County have anything like for the eastern part of the state, like that could link up with, so or whoever has a dialogue with them, or
That we can definitely look into that. There's some good working relationships between Washera Ambulance and Marquette Ambulance. Personally, I've spent a lot of years in the EMS program in this area, so I'm pretty well connected. Travis has been around for a long time now. He knows the players also.
I mean, I'm just saying it's a win-win situation if everybody's on the same page. You're like, oh, we got someone up here. No, it's
Yep.
here. Where?
And we have done landing zones for Washera Ambulance coming out of Leola and stuff. And
Yeah.
they'll call into Adams County Dispatch and say, hey, can you get Rome to set us up a landing zone? And you got it. And we don't ask why when we get asked.
Right.
But if we get asked to do something, we do it and we figure out the details later on.
Right. So that's what I mean.
It wouldn't be a bad idea just to talk to Keith, and I'm sure that they have landing zones in those areas, just in case we ever mutual aid.
Yep, and we could add them into that map system very easily.
Okay.
And then update it through the helicopter system,
Well,
rider
plus-
system. And,
Plus, we work for the dispatch too, because I mean it's still Adams County, and you know
Absolutely.
they
Right.
got the other ambulance service. It's still, you know.
yes, we definitely we concentrated our efforts into the 5
Get the
department
groundwork done
response
here.
areas, but
Sure.
that's easily expandable.
and do they still have a system of, okay, we're gonna land in the intersection of C and G?
If need be.
Okay,
Yep. We can always pull a C landing if that's necessitated.
primary, but those will be
Right. So the evening that we put 5 in the hayfield at Z and
21.
21, we had 5 helicopters lined up across the hayfield that night. And
Well,
the,
There's always those exceptions.
right. But I mean, that one was a true success story. We had no fatalities that night
Yeah.
out of that wreck, and one ground transport. It was me. I wasn't transported. I was actually I was on the ambulance crew that took the one ground transport.
Ah, okay.
So do you know if the dispatch center is gonna be on board with, like, say, we call and say, can we get the, closest landing zone to where the accident is? And then they'll have this map and they'll be able to do that?
We could definitely. I think our best bet for that, Travis, would be to have a meeting with the dispatch sergeant or their new lieutenant,
Yeah.
Lieutenant Dobbin. And we could set that procedure up that way.
Because it wouldn't, I mean, it's just good to know who, like, do we have to look at this map, figure out where it is, figure out the number, and just give them the number? Or can we ask them to do that? It's just.
Very good question.
I think
Good.
I think it'd
The,
probably be better off if they would do. As long as everyone's on the same page, they could. Here's our scene. Give
It
me the
is.
closest landing
Give
site.
us the closest, or the. Yes, or
They're the ones paid.
we've had it done before as a responding fire department. The ambulance says, "Get us landing zone." The fire department will tell you where it's going to be.
Right.
They know that area inside and out for whatever zone they're in. And
Usually there'd be a fire department there if they need med flight. It's not too often.
Usually, yes.
or they're going to get called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because if you have somebody new coming up on a rig
Yeah.
out of the area, that could
Absolutely.
be a problem, where I agree with him, fire department's gonna be called anyways.
More than likely, if it's med flight, there's gonna be a fire department there.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, I agree.
I like it.
So that I will make a motion then that we recommend to Lifestars that the PDLZ map be utilized. And we will I will volunteer to work with Travis and Adams County Dispatch to map in all of the details for it. And
I'll second that motion.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I opposed? So moved. Discussion only. Creation of an automatic aid list to be utilized when the primary ambulance is unavailable. The dispatch center currently contacts one of Lifestar's rigs, and will ask that crew that's already engaged in a call what are their wishes. As an emergency medical provider, it doesn't sit well with me. Actually Travis and I have had a conversation about this. That crew could be on a low acuity call where they've got plenty of time to answer to dispatch, or they could be in a life or death battle with something going on and don't have time to answer those questions. Or just as we said, a crew from out of the area that doesn't know where the next ambulance is at. Or heck, they don't have half the time. I shouldn't say. There is a possibility that they don't know where they're at. They followed a GPS direction to get to where they're at, and they have
No idea.
they
Right.
went to a spot on a map.
Right.
The thought is that working with Lifestar, that we put together some type of a system similar. It could be a Mabus card. When I did our Mabus cards here in the town of Rome, I made a life safety card. That life safety card lists the Lifestar as the first ambulance, with 5 more ambulances coming behind it, if need be, and that plan would be filed, and if we need it, if quote 834 is already engaged, in a call, and the second call comes in, dispatch just defaults to the next one. And then the third one comes in, they just default to the next one. And we can definitely work with Lifestar to make sure that works into what they want with it. But just regardless of how it is, the card that we made for Rome also adds another EMR group with them every time. because those ambulances would be coming from farther away. Or it could be to the point where we've got a mass casualty.
Easily.
We've got that school bus accident, and where we're going to need multiples of ambulances. I don't like to think about it, but that threat's out there every day.
Rather be prepared than
Absolutely.
lost.
Is the ambulance service at all Lifestar familiar with Mavis?
Correct, yes, and it's actually been listening to some of the fire calls and listening to how the dispatch center uses those cards. You can tell that they're reading it off of the card as they're giving it. They appear to be very on board with that system and how they use it, so I think using the exact same system for something like that would be very successful.
I would think so. Instead of same thing, one of the novice starting out, that instead of trying to figure out which ambulance is next in line, just ask for the next box.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, it just steps up.
Yeah.
And it's just that simple at that point.
Giving them less having to think about and just,
Correct.
I got my cheat sheet.
Yep.
Yep.
This is it.
And for this area, it shouldn't be, I would imagine you would look at the township and say, what's the next closest ambulance? And after that, what's the next closest? However many you want to put on that list and, get 4 or 5 on there and that'd be good.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Because we do have agreements with all surrounding areas, don't we, I
Correct.
believe?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, by state law, Lifestar has to have mutual aid agreements.
Right, that's what I'm saying, so we do.
And so this would just make it, and it would take the delay, because right now there's a delay. Obviously, I listen to a radio next to constantly. I know that Dick listens to a radio next to constantly. And the radio call comes out 8:34. You've got a second call. What are your wishes? Dead air.
Wait,
dead air.
wait,
dead
wait.
air. They'll wait minutes.
Oof.
Before they'll because they're busy.
They're
The
busy.
crew is busy. And then they'll ask again. So this whole time, we
golden
have
hour.
something that could be very time sensitive. It could be
The
a
golden hour.
backache, but it could be a P&B also.
Or we could be away from the ambulance and we have the portable radios and.
You're inside a
Static and, we don't know that was the dispatch center asking that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Anytime if you walk into a house with a metal roof, you are
That's
not
it.
going to get your radio reception on
Thanks.
that portable radio. It's fact. There's nothing we can do about it.
Right.
That's why that was listed as discussion only, so that if we're in agreement with that, we can work with Lifestar over the next 2 months. We come into the next meeting, have it all put together, and then push that through. And we could, when we talk with dispatch about the helicopter stuff, we could tell them what's coming. Just so that, and this is going to make
Their life
not only
easier.
Lifestars, we're gonna provide a better service to the people of the area, and we're gonna make the dispatcher's life easier.
That's the biggest thing. They have enough stuff to deal with down there.
And as far as I've heard on the radio, it's worked great for fire.
For our fire calls, it's been a tremendous addition. It literally falls into the auto aid agreements that we just put in. Actually they'll be. I emailed them out yesterday. So.
Okay. Alrighty.
So we can bring that. We'll put that into our next agenda items. Then we'll bring that back. And
Rough draft in.
rough. Or
Or it could be a final draft,
We could
but-
have actually Travis and I work across the parking lot from each other at least weekly. We could have this done.
Oh, that's
Yeah, and it really is something that almost writes itself because you're gonna have the next ambulance come, the next closest one, and so just punch it in and say,
Yeah.
which one's the next closest.
And when we look at it, I probably literally have it done right here.
Yeah.
It's really just putting it on paper because you already know in your head who's the next closest in each township. So like for Rome, it's usually the next closest is Rapids, and then it's I believe us, and then Washera, and then if you want to go, I'm not sure beyond that, maybe Boston.
Yep. So the way I have this written off of, because I just made one for the day we have that MCI. Ours here in Rome went Rapids Fire, Lifestar out of Friendship, with Shara Ambulance, United Ambulance, and then reached all the way to Pittsville, in consecutive order. So that gave us 4 levels at paramedic level, and then Pittsville would be an advanced. If we're 5 deep, we're going to take everything that's got wheels at that point.
If we're 5 deep, it's
Helicopters coming.
there's something
Yep,
more going
absolutely.
on. Yeah.
And then it drops over special equipment. Do we need the UTV? Do we need the boat? Do we need, what do we need?
Right.
Do we have to start bringing helicopters in? We had, just for a frame of reference, we had a crash down on Highway Z a couple years ago. We had 5 victims. We could only get 4 ambulances. So I triaged that one myself. I had the first ambulance take the first patient to the helicopter, and as soon as they dropped that patient off at the helicopter, they had to come back. And got the least critical and grabbed the 5th one. And took that one to the hospital. So I'm sure that the ambulance crew was just pleased as could be with me because I doubled them up. But we had 5 people to take care of, and we only had 4 means of transport. And unfortunately, where we were at, we couldn't set a helicopter down right where we were because of the tree cover and stuff.
Yeah.
So number 8 would be future agenda items and meeting dates. Does anybody have anything they would like to see at the next meeting?
So we just set the chairperson.
Yep, so we will. And then the auto aid list. Anything else?
Nothing I can think of.
And then our date would be July 22nd.
August?
It's
Quarterly.
Quarterly. Perfect.
good thing you said that.
And it would probably be like the 19th, usually a third.
Be
Third Tuesday
be the 19th.
would be the 19th.
That continually works. I mean, I know
Yeah.
that,
Because you have a conflict on 4th Tuesday, don't you?
yeah, 4th Tuesday we have a board meeting.
And
Tuesdays. Is something you want to add, Lori? Okay.
Okay. As far as I know, the 19th is open for me.
All right. So it would be 8/19 of 25, and Doug, do you know where we're at in the rotation?
Should be by them guys.
Should be in
Yep.
Big Flats.
Yep.
Good way of doing it.
Yeah, so we started and just
Lori.
Question would be, now that you started televising these, are the other communities set up to do that as well, or is it just gonna be televised from Rome?
So Rome's policy is that any meeting that is held here is to be televised.
Because I want you to know that these have never been not prior to me even, these meetings
Right.
were not televised from Rome. So if that has since changed, that's fine.
I was given instruct.
You did not televise these either.
I was given instructions by our administrator to have this set up for this evening.
No, great, I think that's great. I was just curious how the other townships are gonna be able to handle that.
I do not believe the other townships are set up to be able to do
Nope.
that.
nope.
So, but thank you. So now everybody that does see this tonight knows that every third meeting, at this point, you'll see it here.
So there was nothing being, it was just that the other two towns didn't have a way to
Correct.
be part
Correct.
of the plan.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
They can show up.
I did leave information with Robbie too, some other notes and things, you may have got that.
I did. She did share it with me.
Okay, all right, great.
So I'll take a motion for adjournment.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So moved. We're adjourned at 8 1825.